What's up, everyone? It is Sunday at Star Wars Celebration, the final day, and we're going to be talking about Star Wars Visions Volume 3 and more. That panel was great. I was excited about that panel.
Yeah. I'm glad I made it out.
It was a little touch and go there.
It's a little hit or miss this morning.
We were out until, we were singing karaoke until almost 2 a.m. and then walked back to the hotel, and then we're still up until about 3. And then I had an interview this morning at 8 a.m. So I'm going off like 3 hours of sleep, completely fueled by 7-Eleven treats.
Yeah. It's been great, though. The panel was a lot of fun. They always show more for like the Visions stuff than I'm expecting. But this panel was all in Japanese, so we were kind of having to keep up with the subtitles for a lot of it.
I really liked that. Just, we're in Japan. These are Japanese directors. Let them talk about their work in exactly the way that they want to without having to then pause and wait for a translator.
Yeah. And all the other panels, I think, were in English, so it makes sense that the Visions panel, since all of the studios are Japanese.
Yeah. So I just want to dive right into the fact that we're getting sequels to 3 of the shorts.
So the dual...
Village Bride.
Not
the Princess Bride.
The Village Bride and...
The Ninth Jedi, which is what I was really excited about. That's my favorite one from Volume 1. So I was hoping for, just a new short, which we're getting that in Volume 3. But then we're going to get more. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, but yeah, we're getting the Duel Payback. That's the Duel sequel. The Lost Ones is the sequel to The Village Bride. And then the Ninth Jedi...
Child of Hope.
Child of Hope. We had to pull up the titles to remember. So that's exciting on its own. They brought out those 3 directors together to talk through their new stories. And then we went one by one through the 6 new ones, some from studios that worked on Volume 1 and some new studios. The Billy the Bear, that's not the name of that short.
Yuko's Treasure. And yeah, there's a really adorable bear character that is actually pretty large.
It's a large bear droid, cyborg. It's unclear right now, but he's got a microwave built into his chest or stomach.
He's got a microwave in his belly.
Yeah.
So, and he's really adorable.
We got to see a clip from that one and see him I like taking care of this little child named Yuko. That was cute, but it was a lot of just showing the concept art and talking through the basic idea of each new short. All of the new shorts are called Yuko's Treasure, The Smuggler, The Bounty Hunters, The Song of Four Wings, The Bird of Paradise, and Black. And something that stood out to me for this panel and this volume is I think there's going to be more variety. I remember Volume 1, a lot of the shorts dealt with Jedi, were really focused on like kyber crystals, which I think is interesting, just seeing what these artists wanted to focus on themselves. But this time around, it seemed like, this one's about a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
A couple of them are about the scum and villainy side of things. It just seems like a lot of variety, which I'm happy about.
Yeah. I mean, Star Wars is much more than just Sith or Jedi. So I'm excited to see some of the stories that they can tell and kind of weave in some more different like cultural influences for other types of characters in Star Wars.
One thing that really jumped out to me, well, we got to see a sizzle reel, and something that was like my biggest, oh, hell yeah moment was from, I think it was The Song of Four Wings. There's a girl and an astromech, and the astromech comes apart and fits on her and makes like a jetpack.
It was kind of like Iron Man 3.
Yes.
The suitcase suit. It felt a lot like that, but mixed in with maybe like a Sailor Moon transformation.
Yeah, that looked so rad.
It was really cool.
I liked that a lot. There was also a moment from the Duel Payback where, we had the lightsaber umbrella in Volume 1, then this one was like a wrist thing that expanded out into even more lightsabers.
It was like a gauntlet, big like forearm piece, and she kind of did like
one of those.
like a punch, and then it just kind of expanded and like shot out. It was really cool.
And that's what I love Visions for, is that, yeah, if we saw a live action lightsaber umbrella, it's like, okay, that's a little much. Maybe we dial it back. But in Visions, you're just like, go for it. Like, this is supposed to be...
What's better than a lightsaber umbrella?
A lightsaber gauntlet thing. Even more blades.
Yeah.
But it feels just over the top in that anime way, which I thought it was rad. Visions just lets people play and be even more creative without having to worry about, is this too much? It's like, no, just go for it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Some of them were a lot more stylized, like the Black short.
Yeah.
We got to see a little clip from Black, and it was music only. I don't know if there's actually any dialogue in that one, but the music was very Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah,
sounding.
Lots of horns and brass.
But the art style was very stylized, and it was kind of like constantly transforming and like pushing you through different scenes of this stormtrooper and these like TIE fighters flying around and shooting at X-Wings. So that one looked really different.
That one seemed more experimental, but we saw like 15 seconds of that. The Bird of Paradise, we saw a clip from that one too, and it looked like every frame was a painting. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
But just in general, the sizzle reel looked great. All the art they showed off looked great. Really happy about what we're going to see in Volume 3. I always think they're fun projects. It's coming out on October 29th. So then at the end of the panel, they announced that they're going to take things to yet another step, that Visions is going to expand into something called Star Wars Visions Presents, allowing some of these creators to tell longer form stories. And we're getting a full Ninth Jedi series.
Yeah.
Which I am over the moon about.
Yeah, that was something James Waugh was talking about, that was one of the biggest things that fans had questions about, is like, are we going to get to see some of these stories drawn out a little bit longer? And so for them to do this first and foremost with the Ninth Jedi is really, really exciting.
I mean, that is the one from Volume 1 that, felt like it could fairly well fit into Star Wars already. So it seems like an easy stepping stone, where it's still not going to be canon, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, let's tell a Star Wars story that is just over here, doesn't have to follow those rules, but still deals with the Force and has lightsabers. And yeah, I just thought that short was so great. And I remember how it ends with all these Jedi like going off on a mission, and I was like, it made me want more.
Yeah.
So I wonder, the series is coming out in 2026. I'm wondering if episodes 1 and 2 will be like the first 2 shorts, or if it's going to be...
Oh yeah, they didn't say.
Yeah. Like those could be the lead-in to the rest of the series. I'm curious how the rest of it is all, like the Visions volumes shorts are going to fit into the series.
Yeah, they didn't go into like how long the episodes would be or how many episodes we would get. So all that will be TBD.
But yeah, I think that's really exciting that Star Wars is going to continue to expand and not worry about canon all the time, every time. Like, you can still have a great Star Wars story. That's one of the questions that people still ask to this day. Like, something new is announced and people just go, well, is it canon? It's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, a good story is a good story, and
Right.
I'm excited.
Well, Star Wars fans are, they can be a little bit rigid about continuity and like, is this story real or not? And like the canon stuff, so...
I guess, yeah, sometimes people will go like, does it count? And I'm like,
Yeah.
if it makes you feel something, it counts. Like,
Right.
you shouldn't be experiencing these stories just to fill out a Wikipedia entry. And I'm talking to myself too.
Yes.
Like, I am someone who is I can be rigid about the continuity of everything. But that's why I think Visions is so great, because it allows me to turn that part of my brain off and be like, this just has to fit into the continuity of the Ninth Jedi.
Right.
And
Everything,
that's
it's just like on its own. But now that we're getting a series, that might change a little bit. I wonder, like, they've done the art of books for each of the volumes. I wonder if, like, the Ninth Jedi will get its own art of or something like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So 2026 is shaping up to be pretty big. We're
Yeah.
getting now 2 new animated series
Oh, yeah,
in
the Maul
2026.
Maul show is coming.
We're going to get a movie. We're going to get... Oh, they did announce that Ahsoka Season 2 is going to be in 2026. I don't think they said that on the panel, but it's on Disney Plus now.
They didn't say when.
No, just 2026.
Okay.
Which I would expect it to be late. But that's not Visions, so...
Yeah.
But I think that's everything big from the Visions panel we wanted to talk about. Really excited. Again, this celebration, I wasn't going into things with a bunch of expectations of announcements, and I have been pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to cover each of the bigger panels.
Yeah.
But it's over now.
Yeah, we are very tired, and we need to pack. Our room is a disaster. But yeah, it's been a great time. If we met you out here, thanks for saying hello. It's been yet another wonderful celebration. I think you can hear it in my voice.
Yeah.
Part of that is just having a sore throat, sore vocal cords from screaming into a microphone last night.
Once we get back home and recover from jet lag and everything, we'll do a wrap-up video.
Yeah.
We'll show off some of the stuff that we bought, because we definitely bought some stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll go into a little bit more detail about just, like, the whole trip.
Yeah, the whole experience. But yeah, as for our celebration coverage, this is the end. If you missed any of the other videos that we did, I'll put a playlist in the end cards so you can check those out. But if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel.
Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Blue Sky.
And consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.